brings that operatic depth to old Magneto, his every line delivery a masterstroke of controlled chaos. These two sharing the screen? It's like watching fire meet forge. Sparks fly, and the ideological clashes hit harder than any metal storm. Behind the scenes, McKellen mentored Fassbender on the nuances of the role, passing the helmet like a crown in some mutant monarchy. Jennifer Lawrence lights up the 70s as Raven Darkholme, Mystique, the shape-shifting blue-skinned enigma who's all fierce loyalty wrapped in deception. Fresh off her Oscar win for Silver Linings Playbook, Lawrence dives into the prosthetics and motion capture rig with zero complaints, delivering a Mystique that's sly, seductive, and fiercely independent. Her physicality, those fluid transformations, adds layers of intrigue to a character who's always been the franchise's wild card. And don't sleep on Nicholas Hoult as Hank McCoy, the gentle genius with a beastly side, fumbling through his intellect and insecurities in ways that make him the heartstring tugger of the group. Holt's got this awkward charm that blooms into quiet power, especially in those lab scenes where brains battle brawn. Rounding out the Future Squad, we've got heavy hitters, like Halle Berry as Storm, commanding the weather like goddess-like poise. Barry's been electrocuting bad guys since the original trilogy, and her presence here is a nostalgic anchor. Anna Paquin pops in as Rogue, that Southern belle with absorption powers, her limited screen time still packing emotional punch. Elliot Page as Kitty Pryde brings youthful spunk and phasing prowess, while Shawn Ashmore's Iceman chills things down with frosty wit. The international flair shines with Omar Sy as Bishop, the time-jumping survivor whose optimism cuts through the doom like a laser. Fan Bingbang as Blink, portals at the ready. Adon Kanto as Sunpower, solar-powered swagger. Boo Boo Stewart as Warpath, knife-throwing intensity. And Daniel Cudmore as Colossus, the steel-skinned powerhouse. Oh, and Evan Peters steals every frame as Peter Maximoff, Quicksilver, that silver-haired speedster whose kinetic energy turns one sequence into pure adrenaline poetry. Peters nails the ADHD-fueled snark with a wink, making him an instant fan favorite. Villain-wise, Peter Dinklage as Bolivar Trask is a stroke of genius. Singer cast him partly because, as Dinklage quipped, with my dwarfism, I'm a bit of a mutant myself. Trask's this oily inventor whose ambitions clash spectacularly with mutant kind, and Dinklage chews the scenery with intellectual menace. Josh Hellman reprises his role as Major Stryker, that shadowy government operative with a grudge. And cameo delights? Famke Janssen as Jean Grey, James Marsden as Scott Summers, Lucas Till as Alex Summers, quick nods that reward diehards without overwhelming newbies. Even creators like Len Wein and Chris Claremont sneak in as congressmen. This cast isn't just stacked, it's a celebration of 14 years of X-Men cinema, blending old guards with new blood in a way that feels organic, electric, and utterly addictive. Each performance elevates the material, turning potential plot knots into emotional symphonies. If you're casting your own dream team for a time travel tale, this is the blueprint. Diverse, dynamic, and delivered with A-game fire. Shifting gears to the mastermind behind the mayhem, director Bryan Singer. Singer's no stranger to the X-verse. He helmed the first two films in 2000 and 2003, setting the gold standard for comic book adaptations, with their blend of spectacle and substance.